ma'am. How are you?
I'm quite well. How are you?
Yes, ma'am. I'm also perfectly all right. So the other day I was watching one of your videos and I love the way you speak, and that's the reason why I mailed you. And I'm really I'm feeling over the moon actually to be able to connect with you at this moment.
Hmm.
So I would want to ask you the one and only question. How did you get your fluency, and what will be your suggestion for a beginner who want to be fluent in this language and who want to basically master the vocabulary? So I think
Okay.
that's the only area that we lack while
Hmm.
speaking to someone. So what
Hmm.
will be your suggestion?
Okay. So first of all, I would say I'm equally thrilled to have been speaking to you because I'm already a subscriber of yours. So I was
Thank
actually looking forward to talk to you. So we are here, and I'm really happy for this. And as you've asked that what suggestions I could give for fluency and for vocabulary building, I would say that everybody says that practice is the main important thing that we can do to get fluency. And if the person is complete beginner, there would be some steps like if they have to reach that ladder, reach that great heights, then they have to go step by step. So first step would be to gain some vocabulary, because if we want to frame some sentences, then we must have some vocabulary in my mind so that we could add them in a sensible manner or in a senseful what can we say sentence, then only we can speak. So we can add vocabulary from around us, we can name the things around us, we can learn some phrasal verbs or phrasal sentences as well, so that we could initiate talking, we could initiate speaking, and we could get some confidence, because until and unless you'll speak, you'll not get confidence. So this is how we can start, and eventually, while surrounding yourself with English, by watching movies, by listening, and by reading. And yes, speaking is the most important thing. So you'll eventually gain that fluency. So it will take some time. And there are many more methods that everybody know, everybody suggests, but it is that we only have to find what works for us.
Yes, absolutely. So, do you recommend any books to learn vocabulary to begin with?
I would say there these days there are many content available on internet. So I would not recommend a particular book. We get new vocabularies day by day, and we cannot stick to the old vocabularies or the traditional vocabularies we already have. But there are synonyms to the for a single word. There are many synonyms. So it's totally upon you which word do you like, and you can surely use those in your conversations. So I would not suggest books, but I would suggest you to surround yourself by watching and by listening, by reading. So ultimately, you'll gain all those vocabularies. And it is a fact that when we sit for learning, then we don't get anything. Like if we'll mug up things, then yeah, it happens with us that we are not able to memorize those words, all the words, but we would be able to memorize one or two, but not all the words. But if we'll enjoy the process, then we would be able to memorize as much as we could, like by watching, and same as I told you. So that way we can easily memorize things. Other than that, I practice one method that I have a whiteboard at my home. So whatever words I like in a day while doing these activities, I write those words on that board, and with my meaning. Like I read the meaning, I read the context, everything, and whatever I understand from those things, I used to write that in my own words. It should be understandable to me. And I used to revisit, revise that through the day. So this is how I used to register all those vocabulary in my mind, and I try to reinforce those in my conversation too.
Absolutely. And
Mhm.
so, one thing that I want to ask here
Mhm.
is so people say, right, you need to re-watch one particular video many a time
Mhm.
to understand, to comprehend, basically to comprehend the entire video, and also to get registered those new words or phrasal verbs
Mhm.
that are being talked about in that particular video. So have you ever tried that method?
No, it's not my cup of tea, and it's really a daunting task too. It is mundane too for me. So I would not do that ever. And it is like, if first you have to understand what is your level of English. If you are a beginner, don't watch such videos that is, out of your understanding. Don't watch such videos. Watch some basic videos like those which are meant for kids or those which are meant for beginners. So watch that kind of videos that would be easily understandable to you. And if you don't know the word, if you don't know the meaning of that word, but you will understand the whole context in which that word is being used. So this is how you'll enjoy and you'll be able to learn some. But if I'm a beginner and I am watching someone who is an advanced speaker, so I'll not be able to understand anything, or I'll not able to imbibe all those words in my memory. So it will go all in vain, and it will be a full waste of time. So we should not do that. As per our level, we should choose the content we have to watch, I would say.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. And so are you from an English medium background?
Yes, I was from an English medium background, but the culture of speaking English was not there. So we used to speak in Hindi only.
Yeah. So, what do you think that you are from an English medium school, and so even though you did not speak in English all the time with peers and with teachers, but still
Mhm.
you had the kind of environment that most of us are lacking these days.
Mhm.
Still, after a certain period in time, you also face the same kind of problem that you do not feel confident while speaking in front of people.
Mhm.
So, so what do you think why this is happening with, I think, most of the English medium students?
Mhm. It is because when we were in school, we were, learning this subject, this language as a subject. And it is a fact that how we read sentences, how we read English in our textbook, we cannot speak that way. Like in a proper sentence structure, we cannot make while speaking. So speaking is altogether a different thing. So if you want to gain that fluency while speaking, you have to utter some words, you have to initiate speaking. Reading textbooks and all that, and focusing on proper grammar will not help. So for speaking, like we make mistakes while speaking, but it's okay to make mistakes. And in Hindi also, or in our mother tongue also, we initiate with some sentence, and if we feel that yes, I'm not going correct, and I need to change my sentence, then we do in between. So same kind of method we use in English also. So it's not that we are wrong, but we are using now while speaking. We are using English as a language, not as a subject. We are not we are not scared that how much marks we'll get. Nobody is judging us right now. So speaking will definitely help. We have to initiate speaking. That's what I would say. And the native speakers also speak like this only, right? But if you don't want to, like, if you want to neglect this part of the language wherein you start with a sentence and then you change in between, then you have to speak little slow, and you have to think while think before speaking. So that way you can you know reduce these kind of situations, or
Yes,
avoid this
and I
situation, I would say. Mm.
yeah, absolutely, and I think the role of connectors play a vital role in this because most of the time while speaking in English, I always use because
Mhm.
this is the reason why this happened. So I do,
Mhm.
though I know a lot of connectors, but I'm not
Mhm.
able to use that
Right, right.
effectively. So it is,
Mhm.
I think, one of the problems, and also the use of filler words like you know. I have been suffering from this problem since a very long time now. So
Mhm.
when I'm not sure what to say next, and
Mhm.
when I'm not sure how to start the conversation, I always use okay, So when I rewatch the video while editing and before posting the videos on YouTube, I was like, why? Like I have been practicing it since 8 months, and now
Mhm.
also I'm facing the same kind of problem. So
Mhm.
and also because I have not been consistent for a few months, I can say. But on and off, I'm trying my level best to at least practice. Um,
Mhm.
so, what do you think? How we can maintain the consistency? Because problems, we all have problems in our life. We all have circumstances in which we do not sometimes feel like practicing and
Hmm.
maintain the consistency. So, what do you think? How you self motivate yourself? What are your ways to keep on doing the same thing?
Hmm. So for consistency, first thing that we require is the urge to learn or the urge to deliver. Like we have a YouTube channel, so we have that urge to deliver and we have a responsibility to. Like we have opened this, we cannot sit and upload videos by giving breaks, by giving some breaks. So to push ourselves, we have to give ourselves some responsibility or some compulsion. Like in my case, I have started, I have circulated my banner for starting my classes. So I'm going to start my classes from 23rd of this September, 23rd of this month. So now it is my, you can say out of compulsion, I have to learn, I have to prepare for my sessions because I have already circulated that I'm going to start from 23rd. So now it has become my compulsion to learn. So I cannot sit back and relax. So this is how you can, maintain your consistency by pushing yourself to do something. Like you have to set some goals. For me, the goals are like I have to teach students, so that is why I have to learn and I have to revisit my concept before teaching them. And other than that, I have a YouTube channel. So for my YouTube channel, also like it is growing really rapidly. So that is a kind of motivation too. So I don't want that my channel would go dead or would not reach to that many people. So for that, I have to again post some content. So that is a kind of motivation. So you only have to find your motivation. You only have to find your encouragement. What could encourage you? So for me, these were the things that could encourage me. So I'm doing that way. And like I also have two kids, so it is also very difficult for me to manage my time. But then also whatever time I get, I try to um, improve my English, or I try to do something or the other thing related to English only in that time, because I have very limited time, that is why. So this is how I manage mostly.
And I think you are also homeschooling both of your children.
I am homeschooling too, but from I think from last 2 to 3 days, I'm sending them school for activities. So they are off from home from 8 o'clock in the morning till 2 o'clock in the
Oh,
afternoon. So they are out from the home. So that is some time that I could get for myself. So in that time, I can do something productive.
wow.
Mhm.
Okay, so I think I have asked almost all the questions in a rush. I did
Um,
not think in between. So, do you have something to ask also?
Yes, yes. So you are also very fluent in this language. So I would like to ask you, what are the best practices that you follow to gain this kind of fluency?
So thank you so much for considering me fluent. The only problem that I have right now is a lack of vocabulary, I think, and so it's always running on my mind how to learn more words and how to be able to use those words while conversing. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I pressurize myself so much that I think that now I should stop and I should take some break,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will again start. So that is why this is the question that I ask almost to all the YouTubers.
Mm-hmm.
What I do on a daily basis, I listen to English. I love listening to podcasts. So I
Mm-hmm.
follow 3 4 YouTube channels religiously, and whenever I have time, I just go to those YouTube channels first and try to watch those podcasts. Also,
Mm-hmm.
I love to read books. I used to be an avid reader, but
Mm-hmm.
now due to limited time, I do not feel like taking up a book and start reading it because I know that then I can finish the book, I don't know. Like it can be more than 2 months or 3 months also, because I also have a baby, and he is only 17 months old. Earlier, after coming from office, I used to take at least 2 sessions in a day. But now, because he is growing and he always wants my attention. So now that
Mhm.
I am talking with you, he is roaming
Mhm.
inside the room, and I cannot lock the room as well, because he will, bang the door, and
Right, right.
he will start shouting and crying. So
Mhm.
that's the reason why I have not been consistent, because I also
Mhm.
think that now he is very small, and I need to be attentive, and I need to give all my focus to him. But then I realized that I am losing my fluency, and I have practiced for so many days to reach at this level. And if I do not take it seriously, then I will lose my fluency, and I will never be able to speak. So that is why I again started. And today, actually, after 2 weeks, I think today I uploaded one video, and I was so excited after attending the session. Only I edited the video and then uploaded it on my channel. So that's how I'm going. Like I'm listening to always. Sometimes
Mhm.
I am reading newspapers in my phone. Like I have some newspaper apps in my phone.
Mhm.
So that I am learning. I am reading to learn new words, to
Mhm.
gather as much words as possible.
Mhm.
So yeah, these are the two things that I'm doing on a consistent basis.
Mhm. Great, great. I truly salute you for this because you already have a kid, and I would salute myself too.
Yeah,
Because
you
I have
should. Yes.
to. So, like we housewives and we mothers are, taking so much effort to, do something in life to achieve our goals, and it is really appreciable. And I would say you should focus on your kid first because he need most of your attention. But for your fluency, you can do that. You can practice your English conversations with him too, right? So you're with him, your husband. I heard that you practice your English speaking with your husband too. So you already have people in your homes